the sorrow and the pain of Job as captured in his parable in the book of Job chapter 29 verse 1 is not the loss first of his children, it is not the loss of his wealth, it was first the loss and the absence of light. So Job began his lamentation in the book of Job chapter 29 verse 1. He said that, oh, that I were as in the days when the Lord was with me, when the candle of the Lord was upon my head, and by light I walked through darkness, when the secret of the Lord was in my tabernacles. And I made us to realize that Job, before time, before that period where God will say, have you seen my servant Job? He had gone through a lot of tribulations and gone through a lot of persecutions. God have tested him in the furnace of affliction before then. But every time God brought him through the fire and through the water, what was the promise? When you go through the fire, I will what? Be with you. But this time around, Job was in a situation where he was in the midst of the fire and God was nowhere to be found. God was silent. There was no light. There was no knowledge. He could not tell what God was doing. He could not say this was a dealing. He could not say this was a demonic affliction. So all through the book of Job, Job never mentioned the devil one time, because he believed so much that as the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord does what? Encamp around them that fear him. So if darkness has a place in his life, it is as a result of God taking away the siege. But it came to a point where light was missing, and that was the fundamental lamentation of Job in Job chapter 29 verse 1. And I made us to understand that warfare will prevail against the forces of darkness by light. That was what Rabshakeh was asking Hezekiah. He said that you have said, I have counsel and strength for war. And I made us to understand that you don't win a war because you are strong. You win the war because you what? You have counsel. And so the army that God is raising is not an army that is strong in strength. It is an army that is strong in light. Colossians chapter 1 verse 12 quickly. I'll lead us in prayers and then we'll pray.